It is the pinnacle of any sport and every Australian sportsman and sportswoman. There can be no greater honour than to represent your country. And there's nothing more Australian than the beach and the lifesaver. Surfboat racing was built on the back of the core values of surf life saving: mateship, heroism and an iron will. This is the Australian National Selection Trials, proudly presented by Dial Before You Dig. Hello and welcome to the National Selection Trials. Tricky conditions have forced the event to be moved from North Wollongong to Port Kembla to see who will win this race to be the Australian representative to take on the might of New Zealand. I'm Jim Callanan. Great to have your company. A huge day of action ahead as we see the best of surfboats around the country gather at Port Kembla to try and be the Australian team that takes on the best from New Zealand. First up though, let's see what makes this sport tick. Surfboats tend to weigh between 180 and 250 kilograms and carry a crew of 5. Seat 1 is the bow. It's the position nearest the bow or front of the boat and is considered the most dangerous seat to be in, especially when crashing into waves or even other boats. Second bow is the next seat and is nearest the bow, but their oar is on the opposite side to the bow rowers. Second stroke is the third seat and the seat closest to the centre. Their main role to help stabilise the boat. You can see their oar is the same side as the bow rower. The stroke is the seat closest to the stern or back of the boat, and this rower is responsible for setting the speed and timing of the crew's rowing stroke. The stroke's oar is the same side as that as the second bow. The sweep is at the stern and is in charge of steering the boat, and as they're the only one who can see what's ahead, they generally call the shots on the water. The sweep often doubles as the crew's coach. The boats race by rowing out to a marker placed several hundred metres offshore, turning around it and returning to shore as quickly as possible. Boats work to avoid crashing through waves on the way out as they seriously slow progress, but aim to catch a wave as early as possible on the way back home, as it's the fastest way across the finishing line. The unknown factor in any race is the surf, and that's where things get interesting, as boats can slew sideways, roll and crash into each other, sometimes with sweeps and rowers being thrown into the water. The sort of thing that gets the blood pumping for other competitors and really excites the spectators. This is the competition structure. 25 crews start, 4 rounds of 6 heats. Then 13 crews get eliminated. From there on, it's 3 rounds of 3 heats. The point scoring system looks this way. First place gets the maximum, 11 points. Then 9 points from second down to 5th with 7. Round 1 of the National Selection Trials was held in trying conditions. After the relocation from North Wollongong, the men hit the water at full speed. It was Austinmere Blue, Bulgola Gold, Currumbin Barbarians, Newport Makos, North Cronulla Blue and South Curl who were all off to flyers, winning their respective opening round heats. In round 2, Austinmere, Bulgola Gold and South Curl consolidated their round 1 victories by setting the standard once again in what would become a shootout for the remainder of the event. Bulgola Bennies, Bulli Gold, Nobby's Beach and Northcliffe A all began their runs for selection in round 2 with maximum points, while there were plenty of willing contenders filling the minor placings. Round 3, and while the contenders in Austinmere, Bulgola Gold, Nobby's Beach and Northcliffe continued to dominate, it was the 2 other heat wins which would prove crucial in the overall points at the cut-off stage. Victories in round 3 to both Allura Wilco and Maroochydore would eventually give them the edge on countback over their rivals later in the day. And while the crews from Kurrawa and Mona Vale accumulated solid results, not being able to secure victory placed them in a precarious position. Victory in round 4 to Manly Sawfish would secure their position in round 5 after the cut-off, while the big-name crews from South Curl, Northcliffe and Bulli all made the most of the conditions. Austinmere and Bilgola Gold made it 4 from 4 in the opening rounds, opening a sizable lead and meaning that any slight mistake would prove costly in the race to be Australian representative. Second place in round 4 to Moruya and third placings to both Mona Vale and Kurrawa would mean they would race off for the final position when the field was cut down to just 12 boats for round 5. Two-time and defending Australian champs Mona Vale Black would prove too experienced in the end, and while victory kept them in the hunt, it also meant they'd need plenty of luck for the remainder of the day if they were to become Australian representatives.
You can see crews just catching waves from nowhere, and crews that aren't renowned for being as quick as other crews are leading the point score and stuff like that, and that's the nature of the waves, isn't it? And we've had our fair share of luck over the years, so if you don't like it, go and row on the river, I suppose.
So this is how it looks after round 4. Austinmere Blue and Bilgola Gold have set the pace. 4 from 4 sees them leading the way from Northcliffe A, Bulleye Gold and South Kirkhill breathing down their neck. Nobby's Beach, Manly Sawfish needs maximum points to stay in the hunt. Currumbin Barbarians, Newport Makos and Allura also still in the hunt for now. But Maroochydore and that win by Mona Vale Black has got them through to the last 12 crews. For the rest of the field, it's the day over. Cronulla among the teams gone, while the Palm Beach Paddies in a huge upset haven't made the cut for the final 12. Wollongong City also, their day is done. Lorne, it's been a long drive here, it's a long drive home. The Victorians unable to make the cut of the final 12, nor is Palm Beach Pirates or Ocean Beach. You're watching the National Selection Trials at Port Kembla, proudly brought to you by Dial Before You Dig. Coming up, round 5.